Hi, Dave Smith with Officer.com, and I want to talk to you about one of our basic human skills that can be really important in a crisis, and that's our breathing. How you breathe tells me a lot about your mental state. If you're sitting there in a bellows breathing effect, your shoulders going up and down, that tells me you're pretty anxious. In fact, that probably building a cycle of anxiety, and this isn't good at all. Bellows breathing, in fact, isn't even oxygenating you effectively and can lead to hyperventilation and poor performance. That's why law enforcement for decades now has talked about tactical breathing. What is tactical breathing? Well, it goes way back. Again, martial arts and meditation, the simply controlling human breathing is one of the greatest tools and powers we have. It's the nexus between the autonomic system and a voluntary system. When we take control of that, we bring ourselves down. Now, I've been studying this for decades. In fact, before I became a law enforcement officer, I was a wrestling coach at a small school, and we actually used this on our wrestlers to get them psyched up and prepared properly for their various matches. And this has been researched and researched, the power of what was then called autogenic breathing. Deep breathing is an exercise you should practice, and then you do it habitually when you're in a crisis. For instance, one of the things that deep breathing prevents is narrowing of your focus, that dangerous tunnel vision we can get in. Very often in pursuits, we find officers are killed or injured because they fail to perceive threats coming from the periphery. This is fixation. When you get totally fixated, you're going to catch the guy, you're going to catch the gal that's racing away from you in their vehicle, and this can get you hurt or killed. If you'll take that breath, that deep 4-count in breath, hold it for a 4 count, and do a deep 4-count out breath with your diaphragm. Diaphragmatic breathing, so important. Be empty for a 4 count, and then breathe in for a 4 count. There are even apps available for tactical breathing that you can put on your smartphone to practice. But you don't need any app, you don't need any smartphone. You just need to think, breathe. Control your breath. Again, a 4, 4, 4, 4 count. Now, what I want it to be is something you don't have to think about, something that you're going to do automatically in a crisis. This keeps our agitation down. This keeps our stress down. It keeps us under control. Doing that breathing allows us, again, it keeps our vision broad because I want to be perceptive of all the threats that could suddenly appear from the periphery. It also keeps my mind open. See, one of the things that happens when you're doing bellows breathing, an anxiety response, is we're not creative anymore. We're totally reactive, and we're not able to come up with novel solutions to novel crises. And this is the thing, is law enforcement presents us all kinds of new threats. We don't know. You don't know what your next conflict's going to be like. Even if you've already been in a shooting, you don't know what the next shooting is going to be. And remember, we have to have that anticipatory mindset. We have to be prepared. So what I want you to do is practice this breathing till it becomes a habitual response to a critical incident. So you control your arousal, it enhances your mental performance, your physical performance, and again, your visual performance. And remember, we're primarily visual creatures. So tactical breathing, it's a critical skill for law enforcement. Practice it till you make it a habit. And I'm Dave Smith for Officer.com, and we'll see you again.